In the nation's capital, where the All Progressives Congress has officially unveiled the former governor of Borno State, Kashim Shettima, as the running mate of its presidential candidate, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. State governors present at the unveiling described the emergence of Asiwaju Bola Tinubu and Senator Kashim Shettima as a ticket that will bring growth to Nigeria. Correspondent Habida Lawal reports.
The man of the moment, Kashim Shettima, is formally presented to the entire members of the All Progressives Congress Party. Before now, there have been questions asked about the Muslim-Muslim ticket, which many at this unveiling insist was based on quality and the principle of competence.
If you are together, if we are on the same page, this is our vice presidential. It is time to purge ourselves of the bitterness arising from our individual losses in the party primaries that were completed some few weeks back.
It is an issue Kashim Shettima does not shy away from, insisting Nigerians are more concerned with good governance than issues that breed division.
And I am not unaware of the difficult political arithmetic that produced this moment, especially the understanding of our great party stakeholders and supporters across religions, regions, and ethnicities. Their resolve to settle for this ticket is a testament to the faith they have in us.
On his part, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu believes every election brings a fresh sense of hope to millions of Nigerians, and 2023 will be no different. He is confident that if elected, there will be a turnaround of things for the overall good of the masses. On his vice presidential candidate choice, he said he widely consulted before deciding to pick Kashim Shettima as his running mate for the 2023 general elections.
We must win this election so that we can bring jobs, eliminate poverty, educate our children, bring up our grandchildren without thinking of religious division nor ethnic differences.
Bola Tinubu had on 10th July announced the lawmaker representing Borno Central Senatorial District as his running mate following the resignation of Ibrahim Masari, who served as a placeholder. This event witnessed the presence of party stalwarts from all parts of the country, state governors, party chairmen, and party supporters. Despite the reactions, Bola Ahmed Tinubu has said the choice of Kashim Shettima as his running mate is purely based on competence and the will to deliver good governance to Nigerians. Habida Lawal, TVC News, Abuja.
President Muhammadu Buhari says he is happy with the choice of Kashim Shettima as the running mate of the APC's presidential candidate. The president also expressed strong optimism that the APC presidential ticket will emerge victorious at the 2023 general election. President Buhari commended Kashim Shettima's consistency in the party and how he has strongly supported the administration of his successor in Borno State, Professor Babagana Zulum. As the president welcomed Kashim Shettima to the presidential villa shortly after his unveiling as the running mate to Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, APC's presidential candidate. The vice presidential candidate thanked President Buhari for paying attention to the plight of people in the Northeast, especially with the establishment of the Northeast Development Commission and the provision of an independent power plant for Maiduguri by the NNPC.
To register our profound gratitude to the father of the nation for his leadership, for his support, and for his endorsement of my person as the vice presidential candidate. This is a reenactment of an event that happened 30 years ago. The MKO King gave a ticket
We are close to this opportunity during MKO Abiola's stroke. Babagana Kingibe. So this time around, we believe one of us will become the vice president of the nation. And inshallah, he will become the vice president of the entire nation. And indeed, he will support the government of Borno State also, so that I will also consolidate in what I'm doing in the state with a view to moving the nation forward.
Staying with politics, the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has presented certificates of return to the Osun State Governor-elect, Ademola Adeleke, and his deputy, Kola Adewusi. The presentation of the certificates of return was held at the state headquarters of the commission in Osogbo. TVC News correspondent Rafiu Hamid reports.
The state governorship election was held on Saturday, 16th of July, and Ademola Adeleke of the PDP was declared winner with over 400,000 votes. It's time to present him and his deputy with certificates of return. In his speech, the INEC National Commissioner in charge of the election, Professor Kunle Ajayi, appreciates the peaceful conduct of the electorate during the election. He believes the election has become a model.
It was the first major election after the highly rated Ekiti governorship election, which was viewed by Nigerians with a note of caution. However, with the successful conduct of the Osun State governorship election, the Commission would like to assure Nigerians that this has become the standard of election management in Nigeria.
The State Resident Electoral Commissioner, Professor Abdulgani Uraji, tasked politicians to help the Commission in its efforts at conducting more credible election in future.
Osun State gubernatorial election has come and gone, but I need to reiterate this point, that our democracy will be stronger if we come together to do the right things at the right time. This includes campaigning with fulfillable promises, modeling positive attitude and behavior while in office, fulfilling campaign promises, doing away with money politics. Electorates are not asking for too much, just basic amenities to make everyday life easy.
The governor-elect, Ademola Adeleke, promised a prosperous future for the state.
I do not take this trust you have bestowed on me for granted. Our state has now turned to a new page, and we can now look forward to a bright future and a path for progress and prosperity for our people.
The governor-elect and his deputy are to be sworn in on the 27th of November this year. Rafiu Hamid, TVC News, Osogbo.
Other matters. The federal government has declared as illegal the planned protest by the Nigeria Labour Congress in solidarity with the striking members of the Academic Staff Union of Universities. Minister of Information and Culture Lai Mohammed stated this while briefing State House correspondents after the Federal Executive Council meeting presided over by President Muhammadu Buhari on Wednesday. The minister stressed that the NLC was in no dispute with the federal government and as such considers its planned street protest illegal. He said the Congress's planned action was based on self-interest and the planned action was capable of stoking anarchy. He insists the NLC should insulate itself completely from politics. NLC had announced it would embark on a nationwide protest on the 26th and 27th of July to compel the government to resolve the over 5-month-old strike by ASU. The Congress's national president, Ayuba Waba, said the action is aimed at what he described as getting our children back to school and support our unions in Nigeria's public universities fighting for quality education. The Minister of Labour and Employment, Chris Ngige, says President Muhammadu Buhari never asked him to hands off ongoing negotiations between the Academic Staff Union of Universities and the federal government. He said negotiations are still ongoing and there is a possibility the matter will be resolved soon. The minister's statement was also corroborated by a press statement from the presidential villa, signed by the Senior Special Assistant to the President on Media and Publicity, Garba Shehu. It was also revealed the president did not give an ultimatum to the Ministry of Education, rather asked to be allowed to lead the negotiations with hopes of resolving the impasse within the shortest possible time.
The issue now there is that because it has gone back to education since, the Minister of Education is now doing the needful. He will now liaise with the members of the Presidential Committee on Salaries, who are the technical advisors in such wage-fixing arrangement. The Minister of Education is now back with his committee. They now will get the federal government financial counter-offer, which now they will look out with the unions, not only ASU. There are 4 unions, like I told you.
The Delta State government is strengthening its successful job creation scheme with a target to undergraduates to improve their business potential by supporting those who have entrepreneurial initiatives with the right capacities to manage and grow their enterprises. The state government is doing this through its newly introduced Tertiary Institutions Entrepreneurship Program for students of all state-owned higher institutes as it graduates first set of students from BootCamp. Iken Amechi has more.
After painstakingly screening over 1,300 applications from students from the 9 state-owned tertiary institutions, these 143 succeeded and are here at the NYSC Permanent Orientation Camp for a boot camp to deepen their knowledge, enable cross-fertilization of ideas and networking. For the Delta State Governor, this novel initiative is to address the lack of entrepreneurial development in the curriculum of tertiary institutions in the country, which will further help in creating jobs.
The Tertiary Institution Entrepreneurship Program, TEP, designed to encourage entrepreneurship spirit in students at the state-owned tertiary institutions of learning with innovative business ideas. Under the program, eligible undergraduate students with exceptional entrepreneurial drive that needs capacity building.
You are being distinguished is based on the fact that you just got your admission to the university or the polytechnic, apparently to have an HND or what? Or a BSc. Now you are having BSc plus, HND plus.
After spending valuable 10 days at the boot camp, the students are now better equipped to run their businesses.
The boot camp has impacted a lot in me, like to be entrepreneurship minded, and it has added a lot of value in me.
I have been able to write my own personal business plan. I've also learned how to design business model canvas.
Beyond the boot camp, the Tertiary Institutions Entrepreneurship Program has a robust package for these students to ensure they become successful.
Bootcamp is designed to really give them that intensive training, entrepreneurship training, which they will go through a series of exams and stages before they will move on to the next stage, which is the pitching, where they will have to also be mentored by acclaimed and well-grounded business person.
Governor Ifeanyi Okowa has continued to demonstrate top priority for solving huge unemployment challenge through entrepreneurship development for young people with several programs in the state that have engaged close to 130,000 people in the state. Iken Amechi, TVC News, Iseluku, Delta State.
Welcome back. Ondo State Command of the Nigeria Police has arrested a 35-year-old woman who specialized in stealing day-old babies. She was arrested with her husband, who is a herbalist, in Shagamu area of Ogun State after days of tracking. Ayodeji Moradio reports. We'll bring you that report in our subsequent bulletins. Now to Zamfara, where the state governor, Bello Matawale, has directed traditional institutions to seek approval from government before awarding and conferring traditional titles. The governor said henceforth, all emirs, senior district heads, and district heads must seek permission from the state government before conferring traditional titles on anyone. According to the governor, the directive becomes necessary in order to check indiscriminate award and possible abuse of traditional institution. This directive comes after a traditional title was controversially bestowed last week by the Yandoto Emirate, a development that did not go down well with majority of people within and outside the state. Well, let's return to our earlier report where the Ondo State Command of the Nigeria Police has arrested a 35-year-old woman who specialized in stealing day-old babies. She was arrested with her husband, who is a herbalist in Shagamu area of Ogun State, after days of tracking. Ayode Muradio has that story.
Wonders, they say, shall never end. This athlete describes the manner in which Fumilayo Mobojuri had been stealing babies from their parents. The mother of two, who lives in the Bokoda area of Ilaja, local government area of Ondo State, always keep the babies with her after stealing them. She stole a baby in Bokoda recently and took out a man who agreed to father the baby. Days after stealing the baby, she relocated to Shagamu at the house of a man who claimed ownership of the baby. She was later tracked by the police, who arrested her and her husband.
She claimed she had had 2 kids before for her husband in Cameroon. That when she came back to Nigeria, she had been meeting so many men, and she has not been able to give birth. So, and she wanted to just have a child for them, and that's the reason why she stole the baby. Another thing we observed from her was that within the space of this 1 year, this same woman had dated the so-called Mr. Lucky, one other man in Ore, before dating this Mr. Wale Akinlaja, and the last man, Mr. Abayomi. Mr. Abayomi claimed he met the lady in October, and immediately 3 days after, they started having an affair.
The suspect confessed to the crime and begged the police to be compassionate with her. She said her inability to conceive for her new husband forced her to steal the baby.
I carry pikin, I thief pikin.
You are not speaking.
I thief pikin. Oh, I just like a pikin because of a newborn. Not true. Nigeria, wanna help me? Oh, I don't know. Then God help me.
The State Police Command says the 2 suspects will be charged to court after investigation has been concluded. Ayode Muradio, TVC News, Akure.
Joint Border Patrol Team, JBPT, a federal government anti-smuggling task force, has seized 44 bales of infected early use clothing and shoe materials, popularly called tokumbo, and other banned items worth several millions of naira. These seizures were made in the north-central region of Nigeria. Correspondent Ibrahim Alege reports.
Some smuggled items seized along Abuja-Lokoja Highway were loaded in this luxury bus belonging to a private transport company. The clothing materials and the bus are now here at the zonal office in Ilorin, Kwara State. The coordinator, Joint Border Patrol Team, Sector 3, Comptroller Olugboyega Peters, disclosed that the materials are injurious to human health because a pungent odor was oozing out of the bus used in conveying the items.
One of the highlights of today's briefing is the seizure of luxurious bus, popularly called Marco Polo, belonging to All Express International Company along Abuja-Lokoja Highway, conveying a total of 44 bales of acidic second-hand clothing and 16 sacks of fairly used infectious shoes.
He said that the JPBT operatives tracked and impounded the trailer loaded with 550 foreign parboiled rice of 50 kilograms each along Makwa-Jeba Road with a duty-paid value of 40 million naira. The team also intercepted and seized a 2019 Lexus Jeep worth 21 million naira, whose owner invaded a 7.3 million naira custom duty before it was intercepted.
It beats my imagination to think that a man who can afford this type of luxury car can evade customs duty of 7.3 million.
Apart from these items, operatives of the team also seized several liters of petrol stored in kegs about to be smuggled out of the country.
Some unpatriotic Nigerians still attempted to smuggle this product out of the country through our land borders. However, in line with Western laws,
Most of the inflammable products have been auctioned to the public.
Comptroller Peters also disclosed that 3 men in his team were killed in the line of duty along the Barutin-Kayama Niger Republic axis by suspected smugglers. In spite of this, he assured Nigerians that his men will not be deterred in the fight to bring smuggling activities to a standstill. Ibrahim Alige, TVC News, Ilorin.
Dazzling Nigerian singer, actress, and author Onyeka Onwenu has dumped her membership with the Copyright Society of Nigeria for the Musical Copyright Society of Nigeria. Onyeka Onwenu made this disclosure at a welcome event in Lagos organized by the management of Musical Copyright Society of Nigeria. TVC News correspondent Theophilus Elama reports.
In 2018, the Nigeria Copyright Commission (NCC), pursuant to relevant provisions of the Copyright Act and the Copyright Regulation 2007, suspended the license it granted to COSAN to operate as a collecting society. This follows the refusal of the management of COSAN to comply with directives of the Commission issued after an investigation into the lingering dispute in the governing board of COSAN. Thereafter, the NCC recognized the Musical Copyright Society of Nigeria (MCSN) as its collective management organization. It's based on this premise that singer-songwriter Onyeka Onwenu decided to quit her membership of COSAN. In a chat with newsmen, she said her decision was taken when it became obvious that she was not getting any form of royalties for 11 years.
COSAN does not exist anymore. First of all, they don't have that name, COSAN. It's been taken away from them. Secondly, the license which was given to them in 2011, or was it 2010, has been retrieved. It's been they're not recognized. So whatever they're doing is illegal business right now. The monies they're collecting on behalf of artists should not go to them.
The elegant stallion further revealed that all her efforts to ensure the management of COSAN did what was right fell on deaf ears.
Oh, yes.
Onyeka, who was presented with a membership certificate as well, said she is delighted to have joined MCSN.
You see, worldwide, this is not just about money. Consider that right now, Nigeria is ruling the airwaves. Nigeria is all over in music, in film, in this and that. We are influencing the world. How are we going to continue doing that and die in penury? Because somebody is sitting on our money.
It's a clear signal that others will look at and say, oh, if Onyeka is back, then what am I doing? I will go back there. You understand? Because they see her as a credible person and someone who has integrity.
The plan remains the same, to make their income regular, to get them their regular income and to earn from their intellectual labor.
The renowned singer says she plans to release more songs in the future, hence the need to pitch her tent with the MCSN.